So Nintendo's brand new user agreement states that if you do this, they could potentially break your console. And this is coming from GameFile. They kind of summarize it really well, and they put some new parts in bold writing. So I think this is really good. But let's first check the original. So the old agreement says you are not allowed, and again, this was effective as of April 2021. You are not allowed to lease, rent, sublicense, publish, copy, modify, adapt, translate, reverse engineer, decompile, or disassemble all or any portion of the Nintendo account services without Nintendo's written consent or unless otherwise expressly permitted by applicable law. That's pretty short and simple. Now we got this massive new one, and again, the bold parts is by the writer of this blog post. So without limitation, you agree that you may not publish, copy, modify, reverse engineer, lease, rent, decompile, disassemble, and now in the new stuff, distribute, offer for sale, or create derivative works of any portion of the Nintendo services, bypass, modify, decrypt, defeat, tamper with, or otherwise circumvent any of the functions or protections of the Nintendo account services, including through the use of any hardware or software that would cause the Nintendo account services to operate other than in accordance with its documentation and intended use, obtain, install, or use any unauthorized copies of Nintendo account services, or exploit the Nintendo account services in any manner other than to use them in accordance with the applicable documentation and intended use in each case, without Nintendo's written consent or express authorization, or unless otherwise expressly permitted by applicable law. Another new part, you acknowledge that if you fail to comply with the foregoing restrictions, Nintendo may render the Nintendo account services and or the applicable Nintendo device permanently unusable in whole or in part. So basically, if you break any of these kind of rules, they could render, the Nintendo account services and or the applicable Nintendo device, so your Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, whatever it is, permanently unusable in whole or in part. So they could do it where it's like, maybe they disable online functionality, so it's only partially bricked, or in whole, meaning the console's not able to be used at all. Now, I know there's going to be people kind of be worried about this and different things like that. I don't think this is too much to get worried about. Some people would mod their Switch one, and there have been reports that like, okay, well now they have no online functionality available on their Switches. Their Switches have basically been blacklisted, and they just can't connect to the internet from that console anymore. So that has happened. So in a sense, it's not really new. It's just the wording is a little bit more kind of thorough, I guess you could say. Don't do anything stupid you're not supposed to do, I guess, So let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like, subscribe for more, stick around for a bunch more Nintendo content. We got a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 coverage